So once you've pulled off all the heads and set them aside, I use these for bait. Some people eat them, but I use them for bait. So there's a little technique on how to clean the squid. I cut the tail off, just find it easier to pull the spine out. I don't know what the bone's called. Get your finger, run it round the inside, and then you should be able to pull the whole thing straight out. Sometimes a bit harder than that. That was quite easy. And then again, get your fingers in, and you can pull the insides out. I find it easy to have a separate bowls. Got one bowl there with the heads, one bowl there once I've cleaned them or pulled the bones out, not cleaned, and then a rubbish bone there. I've never done one this big before, so this is a learning curve for me. Cut the, oh, look at that. It pulls straight through. But normally cut the end out and pull the bone off. Not bone, I keep calling it a bone. I don't know what it's called, the spine. Again, get your finger in, run it round the insides, and pull the insides out. Simple as that. So, again, we cut the end off. This one's a bit tougher. So, if I try and get the guts out first. So, you see it there. Let me just rinse it off. So, you see it there. This is the second camera there. This is the spine there. So what you want to do is get your finger or thumb behind. Oh, could do it at the top, but I try and go halfway down. Oh, this one's hard. Try and get your finger, however which way, behind that spine. I hope that was on camera. And then with your finger, run down behind, wiggle in as you go down, and then you should be able to pull it out. And then just get your fingers in, pull the insides out. Easy. So what I'd do is just a small trickle of water, nothing too important, and then just slide the skin off. The water just helps, don't know why, just helps. If some people think this is wrong, I should be doing it with a knife, then that's your opinion. It's just how I do it. I just found it the easiest way of doing it. So then again, people cut the wings off normally. I just tear them off. Sometimes I leave them on, depends what I'm cooking them for. Try and pull out any insides if you've missed bits like I did. With the bigger ones, sometimes it's harder just to rip the wings off, so sometimes I push my finger in or thumb in, and then you can fold. Normally, they come off together on the big ones, rather than pulling off one wing or two wings. Normally like that, they pull off both sides so it stays together. So you get a double wing. These can be a little bit harder to pull the skins off these ones. I do sometimes rip them in half. I'll come back to that. So I'm going to get these cleaned up. I will skip to the end and I will show you the finished product. By the end, you should have something that looks a little bit like this. So I have a bucket of heads here. I use these for bait. I don't waste them. Like I said, some people eat them. I don't. You've got your wings here. If they've got little bits on them, you can cut and trim these edges off. I don't feel you need to really, but some people cut and trim all the edges off just to get all the skin off, but I don't. And then you have your bodies. Yeah, hope that was helpful. If you liked my videos, feel free to give me a like, follow, or comment. If you've got any comments, any questions, or anything, any way I can do it better, please let me know. Cheers, guys.